What's up? We're going to be predicting the Saturday night's main event July match card. There's only 3 matches. I expect another match to be announced, but this is what I'm going to be predicting right now because it's getting late. Starting with the first match, I have LA Knight versus Seth Rollins, who's been attacking Seth Rollins and his goons over the past couple of weeks after Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker costed him the Money in the Bank ladder match. I think this is a good spot to have LA Knight win. He's been on a losing streak for quite some time, ever since losing to Jacob Fatu. I do believe that LA Knight does pick up the win against Seth Rollins. I believe that people come out to help LA Knight. I believe Penta and Sami Zayn kind of take out Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, which distracts Seth Rollins and ultimately helps LA Knight pick up the win and kind of elevate him more up into the main card and potentially even feud for the World Heavyweight Championship later down the line. Seth Rollins winning here wouldn't really do much for him. He already is at the top of the card. And this is also a match where I believe Seth Rollins introduces yet another person into his faction, and this time it is Ethan Page. He's already in Atlanta for Great American Bash, so I think Ethan Page, once he loses that title to Ricky Saints, does join Seth Rollins' faction as the final member. He's a good talker. He's a good wrestler. He's a perfect heel for this faction, so I would not be surprised if he gets introduced into this match as part of Seth Rollins' crew, but the main thing is LA Knight does pick up the win. Next up, we got Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. They went at it back in 2019 and 2020, and they absolutely carried WWE back then with that rivalry. They're going at it again after Drew McIntyre returned from injury and called out Randy Orton, who was having his moment with Cody Rhodes. It's going to be a banger match, a very heavy-hitting match. It'll be a nostalgia-filled match, but ultimately I do think it's in our best interest if Drew McIntyre does win, just for the fact that this is kind of another leaf to pluck off the flower of Randy Orton eventually turning heel. If Drew McIntyre wins after Cody Rhodes won, maybe Drew McIntyre wins and this sets off Randy Orton even more and eventually has him spiral down to become a heel, right? Which is what we are all expecting at this point. So I believe Drew McIntyre does pick up the win after injury. I know people also want Randy Orton to win just for the fact that he hasn't won in a while, but just story-wise, it makes the most sense if Drew McIntyre wins, so we get like maybe even 09 Randy Orton back in the long run, and it'll be worth it. And finally, we got Gunther going in as World Heavyweight Champion against Goldberg. This is apparently Goldberg's retirement match, but if I was a betting man, I believe that Goldberg would say, "That doesn't work for me, brother," and does actually defeat Gunther and pick up the World Heavyweight Championship one last time. A lot of people predict that Goldberg might win and Seth Rollins cashes in, but I think it makes more sense if Seth Rollins cashes in potentially at SummerSlam in the John Cena match. I don't see him cashing in on the World Heavyweight Championship in my opinion. So having Goldberg win here in his hometown to get that pop would be nice, and then having him rematch Gunther at SummerSlam for the championship and ultimately having Gunther win it back would be a nice way to put Gunther over while at the same time appealing to the older fans. So I believe Goldberg does take the cake and does win the World Heavyweight Championship from Gunther. Anyways, that's literally it. That's my entire match predictions. That's all the matches announced, so I know it's a very short video, but I also have the Evolution 2 video to edit, so yeah. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, like, sub. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.